Welcome back to RealPage Economy Express. Today, we are examining the latest indicators and their implications for the U.S. economy as we approach mid-year 2024. Let's begin with the latest update on the leading economic index, which saw a decline of 0.5% in May to 101.2. Now, this follows a 0.6% decrease in April, marking a continued downward trend with a total 2% drop over the last 6 months. Key contributors to this decline include reduced new orders and a downturn in building permits, signaling potential slowdowns in economic activity ahead. Turning our attention to consumer sentiment, the Conference Board reports a slight decrease in its Consumer Confidence Index to 100.4 in June, down from 101.3 in May. Notably, the Expectations Index, which gauges short-term outlooks, fell to 73, consistently below the recession threshold of 80 for the 5th consecutive month. In parallel, the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index also experienced a decrease, dropping to 65.6 in June from 69.1 in May. This decline reflects ongoing concerns about high inflation rates and its impact on personal financial conditions. On the housing front, new data shows a contraction in residential construction. Building permits were down 3.8% from April and 9.5% lower than the previous year. Housing starts also fell by 5.5% month over month, with a significant 19.3% drop from May of last year. Now, this downturn extends to housing completions, which decreased by 8.4% from April, though they slightly improved by 1% year over year. Existing home sales in May also pointed to a cooling market, with a slight 0.7% drop from April and about 3% decrease year over year. Nevertheless, the median sales price reached a record high of $419,300, indicating that home prices are continuing to climb despite lower sales volume. The pending home sales index declined by 2.1% in May, with a notable 6.6% drop compared to the previous year. This suggests that while inventory is increasing, demand is softening, possibly setting the stage for a stabilization of those prices if this trend continues. Lastly, in the labor market, the advanced figure for seasonally adjusted initial unemployment claims decreased to 233,000 last week, showcasing a slight improvement. However, the total number of insured unemployed remains elevated, highlighting underlying volatility in the job market. In conclusion, while certain sectors show resilience, the broader economic indicators suggest caution due to slowing growth and persistent inflationary pressures. It's clear that the economic trajectory for the latter half of 2024 will depend heavily on consumer confidence and housing market adjustments. Thank you for joining us today on RealPage Economy Express.